Today we're going to be working with the Black Tarot. It's not shadow work that we're doing today, but it's more Akashic record stuff, and those are adjacent, in my opinion. I saw an elephant, and to me, elephants are the holders of knowledge, of wisdom, many years of understanding. It's kind of like they are the roots of who we are as a collective, or they hold those. They hold the remembrance. Right now, we're in a time in the collective. It's a time of remembrance, and that word remembrance came to me this morning. So let's look more into this. I think it's a time of remembrance of who we really are. And I don't just mean in this life. I mean in other lives as well. I've been having a lot of memories from past lives. And I've been understanding some things about my past and who I was in this life and beyond that. 1:44, as I said that on the clock. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. There's a lot of things that we want to do, 10 of Wands. But we feel too burdened to act on those things. Like, this is a very interesting imagery. This is like the micro and the macro. And this is what I mean by that. King of Wands, this is us. This is like what we want to be doing. Like, we want to be taking inspired action, 222, as I said that. We want to be forging new paths. We want to be doing the things that we know we are capable of doing, but why aren't we doing them? See, this is the zoomed in, and this is the zoomed out. Look, this is the same guy. Can you see him way down here? Where is he? Yeah, it's very small, right here. When we zoom out, we understand why. We understand why we feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. It's like, imagine trying to swim across the ocean, but you have all of this weight on top of you. This is the weight of, for a lot of us, it's stuff that does not belong to us. There are things that we, with the 8 of Cups, need to walk away from. Or see, this guy's literally running away. And you know how people are like, oh, don't run away from your problems. In this case, it's not running away from your problems. It's running away. It's getting away from the burdens and responsibilities that other people are trying to place upon you. You have done the work. You are this King of Wands. You have made a life for yourself. You are autonomous. You don't place your burdens, who this message is for, onto other people because you have taken the responsibility of your own life, of your own baggage, of your own issues, right? This is the thing. 2 10s here. 10, 10. With the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. See, this is the end, if we'll allow it. I'm seeing a big book closing. For a lot of us, and I just saw 4/24, April of 2024, Aries season. We could be seeing some big changes around that time, and I'm not sure quite why astrologically. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. Astrologers, let me, what's going on around that time, 4/24? Let me know. What I'm seeing is, as a collective, we have the opportunity right now to be closing off 10-10 for good. The things that have held us back, the things that, I just keep seeing this imagery of somebody trying to swim, and it's funny because it's the Knight of Wands, fire, it's not water. But I'm seeing him swimming across the channel. I'm seeing him swimming. And it's like there's all of these like ropes tied to his legs and his arms, and he's trying to swim. I'm seeing like people attached to him, old identities that people are trying to put on top of him. With the Fool here, this is our chance for like a big new beginning as a group. This is not just like in one person's life, or this is not just for like Aries or Sagittarius. This is for everybody. This is a collective movement, I want to say. This is a movement. This is, and it's going to take movement. It's going to take 8 of Cups. It's going to take emotionally detaching from people that are 555, kind of crazy. Let's be real. Because anybody that tries to put the weight of their life upon you, they haven't done the work. And it's not even about haven't done the work. It's like, that's crazy. That's crazy thinking. That somebody else would be responsible for your life. And I feel like that weight with the 10 of Wands. Spirit wants us to end these cycles once and for all, but it is still up to us. And that's why we're doing this shadow work here. But it's not just shadow. And the 10 of Wands just flew over there like it's gone. See? It's like Spirit wants us to get out of there. It's not just like, oh, we're just going to walk away peacefully. Sometimes you cannot disconnect from people in a peaceful fashion, 10 of Swords. Look at this person. This person is like laid out on the freaking ground, dude. Right? Card number 1 is the King of Cups. See, that's where that water was coming in. I knew I was seeing water and feeling water and picking up on water. King of Wands, King of Cups. This King of Cups is, and it's crazy. It almost looks like, oh, this is the 10 of Wands. Oh, we lost the King of Wands. Weird. Okay, never mind. I feel like maybe what Spirit is saying is, I'm getting the message. I'm getting the download. Spirit is saying that they want us to be more a King of Cups right now than a King of Wands. And I'm not saying don't do the things you want to do. I feel like this message is for people that are forerunners. People that are on the edge of the next. Like, we're moving into this age of Aquarius. And I feel like I'm talking to people who are entrepreneurs. People who are looking for the next understanding of society to be downloaded to them, even just on a personal level of understanding, like, who am I? How do I fit into this grand scheme of things? How can I be of service even in this lifetime? Why am I here? Who am I? What am I? Who is everybody else? It's like, I feel like, and we're getting frustrated with that because of like the burdens placed on us by other people, so it feels like we can't swim, and we're gonna get to this King of Cups, swim through that water because we're being held back. So I feel like the antidote to be able to move forward with the King of Wands is actually to become a King of Cups, which is kind of counterintuitive. Like, when you're trying to do things and work on things and experience things and be bold and assertive and get what you want and just be an action taker in life, it's like, well, we got to take action to do that. But this is the thing that Spirit is saying. This is like this is how we get rid of that weight holding us back from just going all out on something, whether it's we're trying to build something, whether it's even like going for a person passionately, whether it's like new sides of ourselves coming out. I think that's why I saw the elephant and bringing forward like versions of ourselves from even past lives that we don't even remember, like hidden gifts that we've had. What I'm seeing here with the King of Cups is like, this is the antidote. It's like, we've got to, in order to swim through those waters unencumbered, we need to like do our own shadow work to release these people. And it's not just people, but it's like the ideas of society that are passing away. 10-10. It's over. Like, the things that have been are gone. Like, it's 10 minutes, as I said that. They're gone. Let's just accept it now. Let's be ahead of the curve. It's going to take people a few years to catch up to that 10-10. It might even take people 10 years to catch up to what we already know right now. You know what I'm saying? We already know the old world is gone. And what do I mean by that? I'm not trying to be woo-woo, like old world and stuff. Metatron's cube, by the way, for those of you asking. Isn't it cool? Yeah, see, this is the level we're on, right? Look at how complex that is. That's complex. What I mean by the old world, new world, and all that. It's like, even just think of it, like, logically. The way that society has been is over. And for those of us who are wanting, for those of us who are entrepreneurs, for those of us who are spiritual, and we want to understand what the next wave is and, like, how to even feel into that. If we can just understand now, 10 years before everybody else catches up, we will actually be the leaders of society. And I feel like that's what that King of Wands is. We're forerunners. Like, and we feel that tug. We feel that, like, restless energy of, like, wanting to blast out, and we kind of don't know where to even, like, put ourselves or put our energy or put our focus. And it's like, I think it's counterintuitive that Spirit is saying, let's actually settle into this King of Cups right now so that we can release all of this old, right? And it's like, oh, well, I'm not attached to anything. Like, I'm forward thinking. Like, I understand about the new earth. I understand about all that. It's like, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying a lot of this stuff is subconscious. Like, a lot of this stuff with the Ten of Swords are like wounds, like Chiron stuff. Like, this is like being cheated on, disregarded, abused. People took you for granted or mocked your ideas or thought you were, like, crazy or weird or whatever. It's like, I know that we feel like we don't care, but it's like that's there, and it's this subconscious 1224. It's through this year I feel we're going to be seeing, we have, or I should say it this way, we have the opportunity 1010 to release this crap this year. And it's not going to take a whole year. It's just, if we can just start getting into this spiritual King of Cups energy and swim through our waters and release this stuff, the stuff that isn't ours, people's expectations. Oh, we want you to do this and we want you to do that, and you've always been this person, and we need you, and I thought you were spiritual, and I thought you loved me and stuff. And it's like, but that's their life. That's their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are a counselor, a therapist, a tarot reader, a spiritual leader, 1313 when I said that. There's a difference between giving your life for the cause and letting that shit pull you under the water until you drown. There's a difference. Card number 2 is the 5 of Swords. There it is. There it is. There they are. What I'm seeing with this 5 of Swords, to me, the 5 of Swords is one of the, like, worst cards in the deck to me. And this is why. Because it's pointless. It's not constructive. It's, I feel like I need one of those handkerchiefs, like, up in the revival. This is pointless. This is our own mind playing tricks on us. This is destructive thought patterns. This is people breaking us down, people breaking down our resolve. When they see that they can't pull you back or stop you, like when they see that they can't, like, guilt you and that's not working, when they see that they can't, and this is not just other people, this is anything, this is just the state of the freaking planet. This is when you go on your phone and you feel inundated by news and social media and, oh, my great aunt whatever said this on Facebook and stuff. That's why I don't even use Facebook, right? I only have my Metamystic stuff now. I don't even have personal pages anymore. I haven't updated that crap in a long time because of this sort of shit. Because people want to get involved. They think that they have, like, an authority in your life. Well-meaning people. I'm hearing the train go by. It's karma. It's karmic. Oh, well, that's my family. Those are my friends. Love and light, we all have our own decisions to make. I will say that I do believe many of us have been born into karmic families. Many of us are meant to meet these friends and these partners who broke us down to the point of that we couldn't even stand up again. That literally, there was a point in my life, this was back in 2021, I hurt my back so bad that I couldn't walk. Let me just make the story short. I literally couldn't walk for a year. And there was one time that I was stuck on the ground like this, literally, and I could not get up. Sciatic nerve issue. I literally could not get up off the ground. And somebody was trying to help me up, but the more they were helping me up, it felt like there were knives in my back, 1555. And it's like, as I was the more I was trying to stand up, the more I was trying to move forward, the worse it was hurting. And I feel like some of us are in this catch-22. We're caught between a rock and a hard place. This is the message. It's like we're trying to push forward with this King of Wands because we feel all this energy to like be the change and be the change we wish to see in the world and do all these amazing things and be right at the edge of the next and to new technologies and higher understanding and deeper spiritual truths and the new earth and all this stuff. And for those of us who are high-level light workers and star seeds and all whatever you want to term it, right? I really don't care. Whatever we want to term it. We are the ones who are the forerunners. We are the King of Wands. But Spirit is saying the reason why it feels like you're kind of stuck right now is because it's this push-pull between King of Wands, King of Cups. You could, even though they're both kings, you could say that it's almost like a feminine and masculine. It's like the yin and the yang, right? With the yin and the yang, there's the black and the white. But in the black, there's the white circle. And in the white, there's the black circle. So it's like, yes, they're both kings, but within the kings, there are the queens as well. So it's like the masculine and feminine, and the feminine within the masculine, and the masculine within the feminine within us all. Male, female, non-binary, however we identify, right? What I'm seeing here is it's in our passion, in the masculine state, it doesn't matter what gender you are, in the masculine, in the pushing forward, because King of Cups, even though it's water, it is still a masculine energy, a spiritual energy of like powerful force in a sense. It's kind of like a wave coming over you of like powerful like revelation and understanding and looking for the truth of the universe and experiencing like phenomenons that are otherworldly. So what I was going to say with the kings is it's like within that masculine energy, King of Wands, King of Water, King of Cups, it's like those two in the masculine within all of us, because we all have masculine, we all have feminine. The masculine within all of us, sorry guys, stay with me. The circle within the sides, the circle within the sides is fighting itself. Because we're trying to push forward, but it's kind of like when I was trying to stand, and the more I was trying to stand, the worse it hurt. It's like Spirit is saying the reason why you can't blast forward in the fullness of what you want to do, the reason why you may be feeling frustrated, you have this energy, you have this drive, and you're doing what you're doing, right? But there can be so much more. I feel like a lot of us feel like we're on like 15%. Like, we could go so much harder and do so much more, King of Wands. But Spirit is saying it's like the more you push forward in that energy, the more it's going to, like, cut into you if you don't. And this is really the message. If you don't release the old stuff, the old wounds, the old people, the old story that you're not good enough, that you can't do what you want to do, even if you are extremely successful, even if you are a multimillionaire, even if you do have a successful business, even if you are a spiritual leader, even if you are, it doesn't matter. It's like everybody is facing this right now, this 10-10 closing. Something is closing right now, and that is what I am seeing. It's like the more we pull, the more it's tearing. And so King of Cups is advising us to come into ourselves in a balance. I'm not saying don't be King of Wands. King of Wands is gone. He's on the floor. He's off doing his work. He's off doing his thing. It's like the sides of ourselves. It's a balance between the water and the fire, and harnessing those, and knowing when to push out and then when to pull back into ourselves and do this spiritual work and this cleansing and this shadow work and releasing of old things, and then coming down deep into ourselves with that elephant energy, remembering who we really are, accessing ancient past life truths, as well as futuristic information is going to be flowing into you from future timelines that you have not even come across yet. We are in the future already. Our future selves, they are in 2047. I just saw 2047. Our future selves are speaking to us right now from 2047. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this push-pull, because we know what 2047 feels like. So we're like, we know what it is. So we're trying to kind of pull our old self forward to there. But it's this time, it's a frustrating feeling. We have to release these tens, these 10 of swords, betrayals, past hurts, old stories, insecurities, like terrible things that have happened to us, core memories that could have been from childhood, or could have been from teenage years, or could have been from recently when your asshole ex cheated on you. You know what I'm saying? Card number 3. 5 of Spheres. Everything I was just saying there with the insecurities. Let me look at this card. This looks like this. Look at this. This and this. Doesn't it look just like it? Isn't that wild? That's weird. Looks just like this. It's Metatron's cube. It's like Metatron. Look into Metatron. I work with Metatron. Metatron is, it is like the complexity of the universe. Let's just keep it simple. You could be seeing 5-5 or 5-5-5. 5 is the number of change. Things are changing, but it's not always easy to access the new version. Like, I just updated my phone today to the new version of the iOS for iPhone. It's like, it's almost as if we know that there's this massive upgrade available for each of us, but we're like, but how do I access this? And I feel like the more we're reaching for it, the more it's hurting, the more it's tearing our clothes. I just keep seeing, it's a really crazy imagery, but I just keep seeing like tearing, like the tearing of like muscles. I mean, that's interesting, because when your muscles tear when you're working out, that's actually, when they rebuild after they're torn, when they rebuild, that's what actually makes us stronger. So I feel like this message is turning in on itself, which is very Metatron. It's like, the point of this message is, if you are feeling frustrated, if you feel like you're right on the edge of glory, you're on the edge of glory, you're on the edge of your seat, you feel like you could be so much more, you can taste it, you can literally taste it on the tip of your tongue, but yet it feels fleeting, or it feels like the more you pull for it, the more it hurts, the more it's tearing, the more it's bringing up insecurities, the more you're like, wait, I kind of like suck at everything, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have like the confidence, or imposter syndrome, or just negative thoughts. Like, those old wounds are coming up again. It's like the more we try to access the thing that we intuitively know is right there, it's right there, it's like all this crap is coming up, and it's for a reason. It's so that we do the work, because we need to be these at the front. This looks like those years ago, a few times I ran this race, but there's a race that I used to run, and it's like a national race, like people who tour and do races, like professional runners. It's a big race a couple towns over from me. And the people at the front, like, this looks like the people right at the front, how they get ready to rumble. They get ready to run with all their heart. That's us. we're those people. So it's this frustration of like, I want to go. You know, it doesn't have to be like you don't have, you could be sitting in your office at home. It's more intuitive. It's more, you know, you can be more and do more and have more and upgrade. There's an upgrade available. It's like I was saying about that new upgrade on my phone. It's like we know it's there. But in order to access it, it's actually counterintuitive the way we access it. It's through the spiritual dimensions. It's not through just sheer action. It's both. That's the point. It's like we do the things we know to do to improve. We're always improving ourselves. We're always working on ourselves. We're always putting in tangible action steps, right, into our dreams, into our daily lives, working out, building our business, you know, learning new things even, which is more swords, but it's also like putting the things we learn into action. That's King of Wands, right? It's like being a go-getter, basically, right? But it's that in combination with then sitting back into more of the feminine within the masculine water, if that makes sense. I'm saying it backwards. The masculine within the feminine water. Does that make sense? The circle within the feminine. The yin, the black, the white circle inside of that is this guy, is how I'm seeing it. Within us all. It's like we're still active in the spiritual realm, but we're seated. We're receiving. We're receptive. But we're doing this tangible work inside of the spiritual, the chakras, like this. It's like fluttering through all the chakra system is like how I'm seeing it right now. It's going through every chakra. It's like water moving through every chakra. It's kind of like a power wash. That's what I'm seeing. This is a power washer energy. That it's like blasting through all of this old stuff. I'm seeing a dam. I'm seeing a dam blasting through a bunch of sticks and all sorts of things. And it's like, that's what's gonna... It's like by the end of this process of just continuing to work through the stuff, putting in the action, and then sitting back and doing this whole process and releasing stuff and doing the shadow work and learning new things and trying things and they fail and then we try them again and then they fail and we try them again. All of that, it's like that is what is then going to get us to this clean, quiet, neutral, new space. Where then, with this Fool energy, then we can dance. Then we can swim. Then we can move through the moon. See, look, he's like dancing through the moon. This reminds me of The Nightmare Before Christmas a little bit. It's like it's like a theatrical macabre. Because we've done this shadow work, so we're free. It's like everybody else, not everybody, but a lot of people are going to be stuck for the next 10 years. But if we can just do this work now, the energy is available this year. I feel it. It's available. And it's like the more we receive this information, spiritual light codes and things like that, and doing this like this back end quiet meditative work, working through our own shit and releasing ties and cutting cords and detaching emotionally from everything that doesn't serve us, the more that we do all of that and then we put it into action and then we sit back and we put it into action again. I'm not trying to repeat myself. I'm just saying it's like it is a back and forth thing and it is a frustrating process because it keeps coming up and we keep having to fight these. I like how Uncle Bronze talks about like the parasite. It is like a parasite that we have to move through and work through and it's like it's active and it's passive. 2929 when I said that. And as we do this work, we will close that stuff out for good so that then it's like I'm seeing this Fool energy as like this is the new era. And there's going to be many of us at the front of the line of the race. right here, this guy, and it's full energy. It's like we are going to be the forerunners into the new world because we just are, because we've done all this behind the scenes. We've already done all this stuff that people are going to be taking 10 years to catch up with, and we already did it all. We can do, like, when my last years of high school, I left my private school that I went to, and then for 11th and 12th grade, I finished 11th and 12th grade in 1 year because I'm like, I just want to get all this done. So I homeschooled. I finished 2 years in one, and then I was done. I graduated in 2009. And I'm seeing that here. It's like we can graduate this freaking year. We don't have to let this draw out for 10 years and just be like asleep to the reality. We can do this now if we are active with it and we keep facing our fears and we keep facing our insecurities and we keep moving through those parasitic thoughts that tell us we're not good enough and we don't deserve that. If we continue to do this work, we will overcome our own shit. And then we will be able to walk out into this new life, this new world, and be the forerunners, the first of that new world. I love you guys. Been Missy Gordon, the Meta Mystic here, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, my button's not working.